Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. This episode is brought to you by Ectio. They have some really cool shoes with built-in ankle support that will keep you healthy and in the game, so check them out. Now let's talk a little bit about how JJ Redick gets his three-point shots. We went through last night's thrilling game with the Dallas Mavericks and we saw how he was getting them. It's basically coach's porn, hashtag coach's porn, because they do some really great sets I want to show you, and there's no question in my mind that Redick was ecstatic about coming to the Clippers, injury issues aside, because he's getting some terrific looks at the basket. This is a set a lot of teams are running now, like the Warriors and the Raptors, and it works when you have two good shooters. It starts with Redick in the corner and Dudley on the left wing. DeAndre Jordan is on the right block and Blake cuts down to the left block once Collison dribbles to the top. As Redick cuts along the baseline for two screens in a row, Dudley cuts across the free throw line to the right side. All this action serves to occupy the big men so they're not in position to help. Redick does a simple cut to the wing, has separation from the Griffin screen, and knocks down the open three. Here's a variation of the same play where the players begin at the same spots, but Dudley comes out of the corner, gets the pass, and hands it right back to Collison. This becomes a double pin down for Redick, who has the option of using them or cutting baseline to get the same pin down by Griffin. This triggers a down screen for Dudley, who attacks the middle and gets Calderon to help one pass away. The ball naturally swings to the other side and becomes a sideline pick and roll. When Monte plays ice defense to force Redick baseline, he gets too much separation from a shooter as good as Redick, who makes him pay. Here's one of my favorite plays, which works because it's effective yet simple. It starts with a pin down in the corner and then a dribble pitch by Griffin. Because Griffin is a threat to drive, it's tough for Marion to help on the shot until it's too late. Hustle tends to be rewarded on the basketball court, and on this play, there's an element of teamwork as well. Redick tries to take a charge and ends up on the ground with D'Alembert falling on him. Now watch how DeAndre Jordan yanks Redick off the floor and they take off. Because D'Alembert is so slow getting up, Monte has to cover for him, and Redick knows exactly what to do. Sprint to that three-point line. Another great way to get his shooter open is to have him screen away from the ball first. Here, JJ is part of a double pin down for Collison, who then gets a dribble pitch, much like the action we saw earlier for Redick. Collison now has the option of swinging it to Barnes, who could then hit Blake, getting great position on the right block. However, the genius of this set is that there is secondary action, Jordan setting a pin down for Redick. When Monte tries to go over the screen, Redick expertly reads this and flares to the corner. Perfect pass from Collison, easy shot for Redick. And another great way to get his shooter open is to have him inbound the ball. In a crucial possession for the Clippers, Redick gets the ball to Crawford and then takes his man down to the three-point break. This play works great because they have Griffin screen the ball first. This forces his man to help on the ball. As a result, there is no help for Monte when Griffin turns and screens away for Redick coming around full speed. Notice how Redick uses the hop to explode off the ground quickly and away from the defender. You can also see how he utilizes the turn as he goes up to get his shooting elbow leading and in line with the basket for a gorgeous looking three. Not only was Redick excited about coming to LA to play with Chris Paul, who can set shooters up like no other, but also to play for Doc Rivers, whose system is infused with the flow inspired by his assistant Armand Hill, who played for legendary coach Pete Carril at Princeton and ran the Princeton offense as head coach at Columbia.